I just got back from New York City on a project that I'm working for my Bane Tech channel, but I wanted to actually kind of break down what's in my Peter McKinnon messenger bag. This thing was my choice camera bag and gear bag that I took on the trip. Normally I would take like a full-size backpack with gear, but with the kind of project that I was doing, I was wanting to go on a more smaller setup. So I wanted to go what I packed in my bag and just kind of walk you through that step. So this is 13 liters. It's the Peter McKinnon messenger bag. It's kind of like a sling style. Normally I would bring like an FX3 type setup, and you know that takes up a lot more space. Depending on what kind of project I'm doing, I want a monitor, a shotgun mic, all that kind of stuff to go with that kit. This time I went with the Osmo Pocket 3 and my Leica Q2. The other factors is that I wanted to be able to put this onto my carry-on luggage, the level 8 suitcase that I've actually recently reviewed too. So I was able to slip that through the handle decently. It could have been better. Like this part needs to be a little bit wider for that particular handle, but it just kind of depends on what you have. You also have like a bunch of just different areas to where you can hang stuff, and you know that comes in handy like if you're at the airport, you're in this bathroom stall, just like those kind of little moments there where you got this little loop here where you can hook it onto the door, not have it on the floor or on you while you're trying to take care of your business. Let's start with this zipper area here, and I've got a Rode thread adapter keychain kind of thing, and then just a unique identifier for my own bag. So this sleeve here can actually fit like an iPad or a small laptop. What I decided to put in there was my extra Pixel phone. I've got my media badge and then my notes. Extra media badge and then a cloth wipe. I didn't bring a laptop on that trip. I didn't really see a need for it, so I wanted to again reduce the amount of stuff I was bringing, and these flat items were perfect for this laptop sleeve. All right, so the main compartment here opens up like a clamshell, which I really like that. And the fact of it being like a sling style, when you're wearing it, you can put it to the front of you. Then you've got this bungee that loops on to this part here. So if you don't want to have to unzip and zip over and over, you can literally just do this so you can access whatever you have inside your bag pretty easy. All right, so like I said, I've got the Leica Q2 in this slot, my Osmo Pocket 3, and then I've got like some accessories in this middle here. Then I just like throughout the trip, just had kind of random things that were kind of loose. So I got a charger. I need to get a cable wrap for this, but this is just a USB-C to C cable that I had with me. I actually packed this in my luggage, and then I had this Nomad USB-C charger that was just kind of hanging around my bag in case I needed it. AirPods, gotta have gum. This is an adapter for my phone, so I wanted to be kind of prepared just in case I needed to use my phone for any kind of creative work. What I could do is put this attached in here, and then I've got an SSD in this slot over here, so I was trying to keep that protected. Is if I want to use Apple Log, which I do like using, I can put this SSD in this slot. I kind of put it off the side there, so that way if I use a wide angle. Then I've got this adapter cable that's basically like a splitter. Take it back, go this way. All right, as I get to things, I'll pull it out. So I had this small LED light that I love using. It's from GVM. I actually ended up using it on the project. We were doing some stargazing kind of stuff, so I needed something that wasn't too bright. So the whole stargazing astronomy color is red, and so I put it on like a dim level of like 1 to 2% because we needed our eyes to adjust, and it was perfect. And I have that diffuser on there, softened the light even more, so that was perfect. This is what I was trying to get to. So I've got the Rode mics that you can attach to your phone, and you just put this into this slot here. Then I got 2 mics, and you got a magnetic attachment or just a clip kind of procedure. So if I needed to do interviews, I wanted to capture my own audio, I had this rig ready. And like I said, I like using Apple Log. It's a great form factor. I love the colors that I can get from that. And it was just a secondary option in case I just wanted to use my phone setup versus the Osmo Pocket 3. And a small table tripod, and that was mainly so I could attach my phone just something to hold on to more than just the phone itself. So I'll just kind of leave this all attached so you can see what that's like. So if I wanted to place it down somewhere on a flat surface, I had that option to be able to work with. All right, so this was like a cage for the Osmo Pocket, extra battery for my Leica Q2, a way to attach the LED light to the Osmo Pocket, and a wind muff for the Rode mics. I always like to keep an extra strap attachment with the Peak Design tabs. That was mostly for my Q2 setup. Since we're talking about Q2, let's just stay on that side. So I've got this leather case that I usually keep the camera inside of, and I've got a thumb grip that I use on a regular basis. Then I've got my Peak Design tabs on this side. I've bounced between putting them on the actual loops, but it's actually just kind of hard to do that. So I tend to just like that. And I like it being on one side versus the strap attachments on both sides. Then I got my Peak Design strap that is on the inside or on the bottom. I don't always use the strap, so I kind of have that at the bottom so that way I wasn't shuffling through stuff and I had direct access to the camera. This is a MyLight lock. It's got an AirTag on the inside. So I like having that, and that was an option to, if I needed to lock this away, put it away, keep it in the hotel room, whatever it is, you know, whatever reason you want to lock stuff up for, I had a way to track it and keep it locked up. And then I have a MagSafe ring. So if I wanted to just use that for my phone. And this is the power bank of choice that I had with me. It's the Ramos. It has the ability to do MagSafe wireless charging. It also has an Apple Watch charger right here. And it's a pretty good capacity. I think it's 10,000 milliamp hours. It's fast charging, 30 watts. So it's also got a fast charging cable attachment there too. So a nice compact setup that takes care of a lot of different sorts of uses. So I can also, you know, just charge up a phone. I could charge up my light, AirPods, microphones, all with this. So that was great. I've got the AirFly Bluetooth adapter, so I can watch movies with my AirPods and hear the stuff on the backseat entertainment. So this is something that I like to have with me. I don't use it often, but when I want it, it's great to have. It's a MagSafe. I'll use the Pixel just because I got that over here. It's basically a little tripod. So basically this just attaches, and then you got your legs that pop out like this. And so, you know, if I needed to just do some quick content, or if I just wanted to have this so did the project on Monday. Tuesday was a free day in the city. I didn't have camera gear with me. That wasn't my plan. It was just sightseeing and capture a little bit of content if I wanted to. So having this with me, being able to just prop up a phone, if I wanted to do something like that, that was available. And it's really flat, so it doesn't take up any space. This is it's a SSD. And at times, if I'm not using the bigger SSD, I could literally just put this into the phone and it captures everything directly to this. So it's a nice compact. It's also just a backup. It didn't take up any space, so it was worth having. Gotta have my Peter McKinnon pen to go with my notes. Always gotta have a little bit of Tums and my chapstick. Next up, Osmo Pocket 3. So this is the Creator Combo setup. It's got the Pocket 3 in here, the battery, tripod legs, the microphone to go with it, and then just the tripod attachment. I have a third-party long battery. This is how many milliamp hours? 5,000 milliamp hours. So battery life on the Osmo Pocket 3 is decent. It just kind of really depends on what you're filming and how long and how often you use it. Always have some sort of hanky with me. Then I got ND filters for the Osmo Pocket 3 at the bottom. And that's it. Like, that's what's inside of my Peter McKinnon messenger bag. This is the setup that I had with me for the project I was working on. It worked out great. Things I didn't use that much were just some of like the extra batteries. But I'm not gonna leave home without an extra battery for my camera. I always have to have at least 2 batteries for all my cameras. There's not much I would change for this particular setup. There wasn't anything I was wishing I was having that I left at home. I think it worked out well. Honestly and truly, like, I could have just not brought the Q2. I could have just went with the Osmo Pocket 3 or just the iPhone setup. I could have just done those two things and had even a smaller bag to take with me. And there's a Sling 8-liter bag that you could get instead of the 13. Yeah, like I'm pretty satisfied with the kit that I put together. I really wouldn't make too many more changes at all. Solid setup. So that's what I packed. Is there something else that you would pack in this kind of setup? Just for more context. So like the project I was working on was with a binoculars that's got AR tech integration inside of it. So when you look through it, you see information about what you're looking at. That's landscapes or even stargazing kind of stuff. And so I wanted to have something to where I could capture a little bit of interview type stuff, put a mic on the particular talent that was there to help represent that organization, and just capture that kind of audio. So it was great to have the Osmo Pocket 3 for that, and then having their mic to go with it, I was able to just hold it out. Could have clipped it on them, but it was like a spur of the moment kind of thing. But I ended up clipping it on me when I was asking questions, and the person was next to me, so I was able to capture that audio too. And for like video purpose, it was mostly a video type project. So when I'm capturing that kind of content, I wanted something with a better sensor. Like the iPhone does great work. It's a fantastic camera. The Apple Log is good to me, but the Osmo Pocket 3, it's a better sensor. You get technically better quality from it. So I was happy with that. The Q2, that is one of those things. It's like I promise if I left it at home, there was gonna be situations that I wish I would have had it. And I ended up taking some stills during that project time frame that, yeah, I could have got photos with these items here, but not nearly as good as the Q2. Totally satisfied with what I packed with me. Wouldn't really change anything. Would you change something? What would you bring with you if you needed to just do some content creating type stuff? Not necessarily video production level things, but YouTube creator content about testing a product out in the wild. And then the next day, like I said, I was out in the city with a couple of YouTube friends and just exploring. So I didn't have this with me at all. It was whatever I could fit in my pockets, which was basically my iPhone plus the power bank, AirPods. That's what I had on me. And got some photos of some spots that I really enjoyed. All right, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. As a reminder, as always, the heart of this is to be kind and to build up. That's what I encourage you to do as well. Today, in your workspace, online, wherever you have some sort of influence over, it's always good to be kind and always build up.